In another unfortunate story about the Biden administration and their corruption, this is from CNBC. They say the brother of a top Biden advisor lobbied the White House this year on behalf of big healthcare companies. So they say key points. Jeff Ricchetti, the brother of longtime Biden advisor and White House counselor Steve Ricchetti, started lobbying the executive office of the president in the first quarter, according to new disclosure reports. The report showed Jeff Ricchetti's lobbying activity on behalf of several healthcare companies took place from January through the end of March. Now, they've responded to this story and said, that's not true. We never did that. But we have the disclosure documents that show exactly that he did. So I don't know why they're bothering to deny it. See, now's the part where you got to keep your eye out on exactly what the Biden administration does. Because we just saw this with the UAE story. The UAE, United Arab Emirates, gave Biden $1 million for his inauguration. Biden turns around and approves a $23 billion weapons deal that was supposed to go towards them, and it was created under Trump. Biden gave it the green light, probably because he got $1 million from the UAE. Okay, that's a big reason why. Should you be arming the UAE? No. Did Biden arm them? Yes. It's corruption. Now, we have to see what kind of benefits, what kind of a windfall is there going to be for the healthcare companies that Jeff Ricchetti is lobbying on behalf of. There's going to be something. There's going to be something. And we've seen this time and time and time again. The health insurance companies, this is a great example of this. The health insurance companies, what happened with them? Biden ran on the public option. Now, he snubbed Medicare for all. He's wrong about that, but he snubbed Medicare for all. But he said, I'm for the public option, which is supposed to be one step below Medicare for all. As soon as he got into office, immediately flipped on a dime. And he was like, did I say public option? What I meant was, let's do more Obamacare subsidies and let's expand COBRA. Well, what does that do? That's nothing but a giant giveaway, billions of dollars worth of a giveaway to the health insurance companies. Come to find out, Biden campaign has taken a lot of money from health insurance companies. This is how politics works. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Open corruption, legalized bribery. This is how it works. And it's even worse because now you're adding a nice little dash of nepotism. I mean, listen, we all saw it with the Trump administration where he had Ivanka and Jared and everybody in his family was just in the administration. Should have never been allowed. If Hillary Clinton was president and Chelsea Clinton was picked to be in the cabinet, everybody would have been like, that's the grossest thing I've ever seen. Trump did it and it barely, made a dent because there's 1,000 scandals a day with this guy. But this is similar. The brother of a top Biden advisor lobbied the White House on behalf of healthcare companies. So this is who Biden's listening to. This is who's got his ear. People who are representing the industries. People who stand to gain from executive decisions that Biden's making. Man, it's disgusting. I said it before, I'll say it again. I really think that corruption should be punished much more severely than it is. I think corruption should be viewed on par with the worst possible crimes. I think you should get life in prison for corruption. And I would lower the bar for what's considered corruption, because right now, you need to prove a quid pro quo, which basically means if you don't have people on tape saying, are you ready to do some corruption? Then you're not going to get them. If you don't have people on tape, I will give you this and you will give me this. We are making a corrupt deal. If you don't have that, you got nothing. So you lower the standard for what's considered corruption, because all this stuff is corruption, and you punish it with life in prison. You want to clean up the system? You have clean elections by law, no more private financing of elections, and punish corruption severely. And then a lot of things will change. But we're so far away from that, and the Supreme Court interprets the Constitution to mean that money basically equals free speech. So we can't even change that without a constitutional amendment. But this is as gross as it gets. And you see this from Republican administration to Democratic administration to Republican administration to Democratic administration. They're all playing ball with the most powerful interests in the country. And this is who's got their ear. It's not some worker in a union in West Virginia that's got the ear of Joe Biden. It's the healthcare companies through his buddy's brother. That's where we are.